While exploring a remote canyon in Utah, I came across a set of ancient ruins built right into the natural caves of the cliffside. As I climbed higher, more ruins began to appear, tucked away in places few would ever think to look. All right, let's get up to these. I don't know how we're going to get up there. But then, something stopped me cold. High above this last ruin, sealed into the rock itself, was something I never expected to find. I decided to come out here today and hike out here because I marked it on Google Earth and check it out right behind me. Is that crazy or what? You can see the one cave's right there behind me, and hopefully we can get up there to it. And then there's little encaves that have other dwellings in them. So pretty neat. Let's get up there. Boy, look at that. You can see all the smoke that was in that one. That was definitely their living cave. And then you've got a couple of more dwellings right there. And it looks like we had something right here. You can see the mud on the wall there. Probably just a granary. But let's get a little closer. So this is the little granary. You can see the mud work in it, and it came over this far, but you can see in here is where they had stored a lot of the stuff. Yeah, there it is stacked, but there was something here too, but looks like the ceiling fell and crushed a lot of it. So this is in that little storage area, and if you look right here, you can see there's an old corn cob right there, and I can see another one right over there too. So this was definitely their granary. Pretty cool. There's the cave right up there that they used for the cooking fires. And here's another dwelling, and the other one's right there. So it's right there behind me. You can see it. And I guess I can get up that way. There's a little cave right here too. I can't tell if there's anything up there, but I'll have to check it out. All right, it's pretty neat. Let's get up in there. So there we are. It's not very deep. Boy, did they burn a lot in there. See a little bit better. Very cool. And you got this area over here. There may have been something there at one time, but not sure now. So, pretty cool. So I just came across that ledge there. You have the one dwelling here. Fairly small. Not much left. Then we have the other one here. Yeah, not much left after about 1,000 years. but they had access to good water here. So, good for them. Yeah, just looking at the size of it. So you have this here up to the edge there. It was fairly large. And then I noticed, I'm not sure how much of this was, but you can see that they've put mud in those areas there too. So this was probably all sealed up at one time. So it's just getting ready to leave, and I notice this right here, an old corn cob, 800 years old, still here. And yeah, pretty neat. Yeah, pretty neat. And you got a bunch of pottery down here, like that piece. I wanted to show you guys this. So this is the cave ruins right here. And I just climbed the hill just in front of it and came upon a grave right here. You can see it. You see the flat stones on end, and it's marked kind of in a little square here. And there's pieces of flint and stuff in it. It's very typical. Just kind of brings home the whole, people once lived here and they died here and they buried their loved ones close. Pretty much how we live our lives today. It really gives you a time to reflect, especially out here where it's so quiet and peaceful. So I'm just walking along this cliff face, and I'm like, I see a place up there that looks like it would work for a dwelling. I really can't see anything, so I started coming up this wash and working my way up to it. And as I'm doing that, I'm just paying attention to where I'm walking, and here we see pottery shards. Look at that. It's even got a design inside of it. There's one. Here's another one. So if there's pottery here, that means there was probably a dwelling here. So we're going to keep moving up. Well, I got to say, this is what I really enjoy about getting out and exploring these places, is you never know what you're going to find. I mean, look at this, where I am. Ooh. Wonder if they had something set up here at one time. Could easily make a shelter between these two buildings. These two rocks. Well, we're going to go up here because I think there's something up there. Looking for a place up. I think I can get up through there. But I just wanted to come down here and check out the wash. And yep, sure enough, look at that. We are definitely on the right track. All right, I just made it up there. And you can see where we are. We're heading up there. I think it'll be easiest to go up there. When the water washes down, the trees trap stuff. So I always kind of check them as I'm walking by them, and check this one out. If you look right here, you can see that piece of pottery right there. So we're on the right track. there's definitely something up here. Getting closer. It's been actually quite a climb to get out. So there's two areas. One is here, and the other is up here. I'm gonna check this area out first. Could possibly be over there too, but we'll come back to it. Well, I'm up here and I don't see anything. Maybe got a little pile of rocks up here. You can see it came up quite a bit, quite a ways. We're way up here. Holy smokes. All right. Oh, that's too bad. Well, maybe there'll be something here. Well, these are stacked rocks. I suspect, and you can kind of see it's flat, and then you see the more rocks here. I suspect that this was a kiva, which means it had a base of stone. Yeah, you can see they've all tumbled down here. And then the rest was made out of wood. And it was more of a summer when they were farming kind of dwelling. Yeah, you can see all around. This would have been the base of it. And right there you can see probably part of a granary right there in the rocks. So this is probably a seasonal place for them to come hang out while they're farming the ground below, which makes sense. All right, well, we'll keep looking. We'll keep walking around this corner. I've been to other places where you walk around the corner and get a great surprise, or it could be a big nothing burger. So we'll see. I really love these. Some of the places you go to, you can tell people have been there before. But this was completely random to find this, to go up the wash, to see the pottery, and to get up here. So I doubt if anybody's been up here. If they have, it's only because they stumbled on it like I did, and it's not just visited normally, which makes it really neat and really exciting. And you never know what you're going to find. So, all right, let's keep looking and see what's here. I just climbed up here so we could get a better view of this. I'm also just checking the rocks to see if they use them as grinding stones and stuff. But what's interesting is right there, stuck in the mud, that's a piece of pottery. So probably this whole area was all for storage at one time. Here's just a close-up of a little granary thing. All right, let's go around the corner. I'm sorry the sun's in your eyes. Oh, so check that out. That is not natural. That's probably a door at one time used. So you've got a stack of stones here that's not natural either. Especially when I see the flat square ones that are stacked on top of another one. Exposed to the weather for hundreds and possibly 1,000 years. Surprised we find anything. Ooh, we're back to the long way down off the edge of the cliffs type stuff. All right. It looks like nothing. Look at that. So sometimes that's just how it works out. You don't get the big finds all the time. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's just a little granary and a foundation of an old kiva, and that's it. But just being out here and hiking around is pretty awesome. So I really can't complain. But finding this stuff is just kind of a bonus with the whole thing. So, anyways, we'll I don't know. It's getting a little bit late. May start heading back. We'll see. This rock's pretty neat. Like how it's just balanced right there. Right on that little thing. Back where that kiva was, and just like you can see right here, this is that straight line of the stacked rocks still. See, they're still stacked on this side. There's pottery shards. Oh, it's got a little design in it. Here's another one. It's like a piece of flint under there. Some kind of gophers have been digging into this. But yeah, so finding the pottery kind of confirms that that's what this was. And yeah, they built up another, kind of looks like another step here in front. Or actually it's round. So that's, and the kivas were round. So yeah. Okay guys, I'm still at the kiva side because I'm just walking around just seeing if there's pottery and anything else. But check this out on this rock right here. So it looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but it's definitely carved in there. And it's the only rock around I've seen that's got any carving on it. Typically, I would say these are for sharpening, but they're not deep enough or wide enough. And yeah, there's like a square there. Some kind of figure there. I don't know. What do you guys think it is? Let me know in the comments. I tell you, I'm always excited when I find carvings and petroglyphs, and because again, these people took the time to put that there, and they were trying to leave a message or tell a story, and now we just got to figure out what it is. So I don't know, help me out, because I'm kind of at a loss for this one. So throw in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. All right, guys, I'm working my way over to that other spot. Remember I said it could be on that side from where we found the kiva and that petroglyph, and sure enough, look right up there. I don't know how I'm going to get up there. I don't think you can. See, I spoke too soon about not finding anything. Whew. Check this out. I can get to these. It was a little bit of a scramble up there. But those that are over there, man, I don't know how they got to those. Holy smokes. Look at that. That's just crazy. And I don't see any way around. All right, let's get up to these. So this obviously is a granary. And this is the other dwelling right next to it. And there's some pottery, just pieces laying around. And around that corner is the other dwellings. So guys, if you look at it, there's a piece of wood sticking out right there. I'm thinking maybe they had some kind of planks some kind of boardwalk kind of thing that wrapped around the edge there that allowed them to get around. And then you can see all the smoke that's come out of that section right there where there's a little bit of ruins left where they were doing all their cooking and had their fires. And then you have the other one that's right over there. So it was pretty extensive. Well, boy, hard to get to. Looking over the ruins, something caught my eye. A doorway, carved directly into the cliff face above. The outline was too perfect to be natural. I've heard stories about sealed chambers like this, sacred burial sites, hidden high above the canyon floor. But until now, I had never seen one with my own eyes. Sealed, untouched, left just as it was for 1,000 years. Though the thrill of discovery runs deep, finding something like this, untouched for 1,000 years, not looted, not disturbed, not destroyed, it feels like the pinnacle of exploration. But then, something stronger sets in. Not excitement, reverence. This wasn't just a structure. It was crafted with care, sealed with a purpose, perhaps a final resting place for someone who meant everyone to the people who once lived here. This hidden chamber has been sealed for a millennium, and it will remain sealed. I won't be the one to break the silence. As I turn to leave, the canyon wind picks up, but maybe it's something more. Maybe it's a voice echoing from the past, a whisper of those who walked these cliffs before me. And I'm reminded of the words of Chief Apumont of the Mohicans. When it comes time to die, be not like those whose hearts are filled with the fear of death, so that when their time comes, they weep and pray for a little more time to live their lives over again in a different way. Sing your death song and die like a hero going home.